and homemade ranch. So we keep it real simple. We have a whole line of these. We have a pizza one. We have a cheeseburger one that's served with a side of BS sauce. That's burger sauce.
Hey everybody, Brady McManus here with the Coolfm Foodies Show, brought to you by Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, keeping your home comfortable so you can focus on great food and great company. Vista Pros, local, reliable, and professional. And for today, we are joined by Richie, who owns the Dick's Diner in Tombstone, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. So welcome to the show. I'm really glad to have you on.
Nice to be here.
Give us a little bit about what is Dick's Diner, where are you guys located, what kind of cuisine do you offer?
Sure. So Dick's Diner is located at 107 East Tough Nut Street. We are partnered with the Tombstone Brewing Company, the Tombstone, Arizona location. We're a food trailer located just nestled right behind the brewery. We offer your basic kind of, I guess you could say, American-styled cuisine. Burgers, fries, salads, quesadillas, fish on Friday, tacos today, all the good stuff. Okay. And as fresh as possible. Burgers are all hand-pattied, so on and so forth. We make our own house sauces, all that good stuff.
Oh, great. So you guys are at the Tombstone Brewing Company, because at their location in Tombstone, they don't have a restaurant like they do in Sierra Vista, correct?
That is correct. They've got a fabulous restaurant in Tombstone on the north, or excuse me, in Sierra Vista on the north end, and then they have just the bar in Tombstone, and so then that's where I come in. I came in as just a hot dog and sausage cart, and the locals wanted and demanded more, so I rose to the occasion, and then a year later invested in the food trailer, and now here in 5 days we will be celebrating another year in business.
Oh, wow. So 2 years.
2 years at the Tombstone location.
In the restaurant realm, doesn't matter if it's a food trailer, a brick and mortar, if you make it past your first year, you did something right.
Yeah, I mean, I've aged 10 years, and
aged 10 years,
and I'm on all sorts of antidepressant medication. But no, it's been a wonderful ride.
Right, awesome. So, what hours are you there at the brewery right now?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday we are open high noon until 5, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we are open noon until 7 p.m.
Okay, so you extend for those weekend hours.
Yeah, we match the hours of the brewery. The brewery's open 11 until 7, and so we come in and we're open at noon until 7 on those Wednesday through Saturday. Okay,
fantastic. So for yourself, kind of what got you involved with cooking and food? Like, where did that passion kind of come from? Or is it just something you've always done? I get people that, I started working in a restaurant when I was 18 and they just haven't done anything else.
Well, I was the oldest of 7 kids. So I've been cooking meals and preparing for groups of people, I guess you could say, since I was very young. And I had my first hospitality job at a Dairy Queen in Kalispell, Montana. I may or may not have fibbed on my application, because back then it wasn't digital. So I was 15, and I said I was 16, and within 6 months I was managing a kitchen at 16 years old. And it's just kind of something that I've held on to because I learned that even through a recession, people need to eat, and it's a great fallback for employment if it's done correctly. And just over the years, it's morphed into being a bar manager to a restaurant manager and a kitchen manager, and then I transitioned into working private events, bar mitzvahs, wedding receptions, etc. And then COVID hit, and then when COVID hit and everything shut down, I was able to stop and think and ask myself what I wanted to do, and we ended up relocating from Pennsylvania to Tombstone, which I lived before, but anyways, moved back to Tombstone and decided to roll the dice, invest $1,500, and bought a little old hot dog cart, and got it inspected, and started working the flea markets and the RV parks. I'm just trying to make a few extra bucks, during the weekend, because during the week I was running karaoke and playing live music.
Okay.
And somebody said, hey, the brewing company really needs steady, stable food service. So I went and I spoke with Don Phillips, the GM over there, and we set it up. We gave it a try. It worked out really nice, and the rest is history.
And then it kind of progressed from the cart to the
It's been a very
food trailer.
Yes, it's been a very organic process, with the exception of marketing that I do on social media, more specifically Facebook, Instagram, and just the local groups. There's really not a whole lot of marketing going on for Dick's Diner. It's just been a very organic process. I'm learning that people are really, no pun intended, really hungry for fresh food. As fresh as humanly possible, from what I can do with my limitations working inside of a food trailer. But more specifically, I'm amazed at how many people haven't had a hand-patted burger.
Yeah.
I never thought I would ever say that. That seems silly to me, but in today's world of convenience, and
everything's frozen.
Everything is frozen. Everything comes off a truck, and no disrespect, totally understand the places that have to go that route because they are so insanely busy. But we've just made it a habit from the very, very beginning to just toughen up, do it the old-fashioned way, just like I would do it. When I was first starting out, we hand patty those burgers, just like old-fashioned. We have what we have until we're out, and that keeps them coming back.
Yeah, and that's a good point right there, because doing the mom and pop thing, and I can feel your pain on that, when you run out. But some people just really don't understand that. They get so angry, and it's like, we're not a McDonald's. We're not anything. It's like everything. If we don't sell it at the end of the day, you don't sell it at the end of the day, you could possibly be having to throw product away or this or that. And so it's always best. I used to love being able to flip my sign that says sold out.
Yes.
Because at least then I knew I didn't lose money that day.
In some of the delivery services, food vendors, food suppliers have gotten a lot better, and especially in Tombstone, at being there 3-4 days a week.
Yeah.
So, running out is less of a problem than it used to be. And I'm hoping here in the near future with new ventures that I will not be running out of anything anymore, and can better serve the patrons of the Tombstone Brewing Company, as well as our patrons and the locals. Yeah. The locals love all this in Tombstone, love all the places that are off the beaten path. Yeah. Because they can get a little bit of a breather from the tourism, from the tourism, you know, and also it keeps locals out of the way and let the tourists go and enjoy, and they get to go and enjoy the many different wonderful eateries that we have in Tombstone. And we're lucky. We got some pretty cool places. Yeah. So, I mean, Big Nose Kate's, Crystal Palace, the Johnny Ringo's, like there's some really great places in town. And so it's really amazing to be part of all that.
Yeah. And actually, bringing that up, you're about to be even more of a part of it. Because rumor has it, well, it's not a rumor, you told me, but that you are going to be taking over one of the other local places there very soon. Tell us about that.
Sure. The Shotgun Cafe is located at the RV Stampede Park, or the Stampede RV Park, excuse me, 18 West Allen Street. And we are signing the lease on April 1st. I've already been in there cleaning and moving tables, and it's going to get a facelift inside. We're going to freshen it up, and it'll be another wonderful venue for their clientele, for our tourists that come in and park and camp at the Stampede RV Park, and again another option for our local community that wants something off of the beaten path.
Yeah, so get away from that touristy area of Tombstone. So,
which is still fun, but it's also nice to be able to have a little bit of balance.
Especially if you live there.
Exactly.
It's not like me where if I drive there, I'm just there for whatever I'm doing and then going home.
Sometimes I have to take a break just to keep that. Tombstone has a certain magic. You can feel it when you're down there. It's the energy that's there. And so we could be kind of numb to it living there all the time. So it's important to kind of step away for a minute so you can still keep experiencing that magic.
Yeah. So give for people watching, because whenever someone takes over, well, they always want to know what's going to happen. And I'm talking food-wise. What are you kind of envisioning with the Shotgun Cafe as far as the menu goes?
Sure. So The Shotgun Cafe has been historically just a breakfast spot, but there's been increasing call to have it opened later to help better accommodate the flow of people in town. So food-wise, we're going to definitely keep those wonderful breakfasts with my take on things, which is going to be the fresh food, and hopefully keep it as affordable as possible. And then also we're going to expand it to lunch, and that's going to be more, let's say, meatloaf, open face sandwich, like turkey and roast beef sandwiches. BLTs, your typical lunch fare, salads, club sandwiches. No fryer at this location, so sides like cottage cheese and coleslaw and potato salad, macaroni salad, and regular salad, side salads, of course. And like I said, and then
I'm shocked that doesn't have a fryer.
Well,
is it just a real small hood system?
So the hood system that they have there looks. I'm going to guess it was designed specifically for their for their size of their equipment. They got a beautiful grill and a cooktop that's really nice. But in today's world, where people seem to be coming back around to more natural ingredients and more natural foods, this is a good opportunity to kind of just go in there from the very beginning. We're just not going to have fried foods. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's plenty of places. Dick's Diner has plenty of fried foods, so we can always send you up there. But here you're going to get to sit down and enjoy, a nice kind of home cooked. Not kind of. It'd be like going to my grandmother's my mother's during a holiday, and we're going to have home cooked. So it's a lot of prep. A lot of prep to bring all that to the table, so to speak. But then Friday and Saturdays we want to extend our hours and be open until 9 p.m. and offer dinner. A nice quality, not a huge menu, a fish, a chicken, a beef type situation.
Yeah.
And then I would really love to have Saturday night be our prime rib night and offer baked potatoes, a nice vegetable, and a nice 12-ish ounce slice of cooked how you would like prime rib as well.
Yeah, prime rib's always a big hit. I love doing prime rib.
And if you guys don't eat it, that's fine, because you know what? I'll eat it.
That's what we sliced up
for the next day?
For the roast beef sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Use the prime rib. And then, but prime rib's delicious. You can't go wrong. I don't know, does anyone else in Tombstone do prime rib that you know of?
I'm sure you know how this is when you're working your own business. You don't get out much.
No.
And if I do, it's if I do, I'm grabbing a real quick pizza. I'm sorry, I'm going to plug somebody, Mario's. I'm telling you, Mario's Home Slice Pizza, if you haven't had Mario's, top shelf. But
I need to get him on the show.
Yes, you do. You need to get Daniel. He's the proprietor. He and his wife, Jeannie, they're fabulous. But
awesome.
We digress. So with the exception of having time to grab a pizza real fast on the way home, I don't get out much. I know that the Longhorn offers some steaks. I don't know what kind of steaks that they offer, but they do have steaks on their menu.
Okay.
So there is that place, but they've only got so much room, and they get busy too. And so for maybe our locals and our folks that are relaxing at the resort, maybe this would be an option for them to come and grab a steak at some place that maybe is not quite as busy, because those places are so busy all the time.
Oh yeah, and there's some people that just don't do well in that kind of environment, and it has nothing to do with the business. It's just that environment. Like
there might be too much stimuli,
too much noise. We've had people that call before they come in because they're hearing aids and stuff. They can't handle the noise.
Hearing aids, and we have a lot of veterans in Tombstone, and so there could be some sort of a reaction to those loud, sudden noises.
Yeah,
So we're always. We're happy to be cognizant
of all that.
Yeah,
so that's always nice. But that's a lot of what you got going on, where you're going. So when you do the shotgun, I didn't even ask this. Dick's Diner, is that going away?
Dick's Diner is going to stay where it's at.
Okay, so you're going to have some employees coming in then.
Yeah, so I already have a pretty solid staff, and the Shotgun Cafe is already staffed as well. And, I've said over the years, because, I've basically had a relationship with Tombstone since about 2001. So there's some staff that are career hospitality And just because you're working in hospitality, that's nothing to put your nose up at, because people make really great money and have really amazing careers. And you can go any way you want. You can be just, if you're antisocial, that back of the house is a great place for you to hide out away from people, and you're earning a paycheck.
Yeah.
If you're like me and more insane and can't say no to work, then you could end up owning one or two or however many establishments. But yeah, I have a real solid team.
That's good.
I've been really pushing to invest in our young people in the community, and they have really risen to the challenge. It's amazing when you believe in people and when you give them some responsibility and supervision, how they can really surprise you and really rise to the challenge. But I got a great team right now. They're going to be taking over the reins of the Dick Steiner, while it gives me an opportunity to really cultivate what I need to cultivate at the Shotgun.
Yeah. No, that's a great plan. At least you have that all set up, and especially with the Dick Steiner already in place, functioning menu, team.
Yes.
It takes a lot off of you to have
Threatening to never be later, call off.
Right. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you coming by so we could talk, but you did bring us something to try on the show today.
Sure.
And so we're going to grab that real quick.
Okay, so this is just a super simple we are not complicated at the diner. For one, in today's world, making sure that we don't overwhelm our cooks in our kitchen outside of their current skill set. So we're not going to be offering anything exotic. It's just real simple, basic,
I like
yummy
exactly
flavors.
what you said right there. Not overwhelming their skill set. I think
Yes.
I think I failed at that quite a few times actually, and I never really thought about it that way until you just said that. That's a really good point, and I think something that gets overlooked. Like I said myself, I did that. Now that I think about it, I really screwed that. I had stuff that was above where someone staff is at. So that's a really
Well, and it's easy to forget that I've got, holy smokes, I've got 35, 38 years of hospitality experience. So a 17-year-old or a 20-year-old coming in, it can be overwhelming. Okay, this is what I need done and blah, blah, blah. So I've really had to stop and think and how do I set my staff up for success?
Yeah.
To where they are emboldened to want to be creative and also to where they love coming to work. So I don't want to put pressure on them by creating dishes that are just far too much work when we get busy. So what I brought with me today is a super duper simple, yummy, comfort food. We are doing a chicken bacon ranch quesadilla. It doesn't get any more simple than that. So we are talking just your regular old tortilla filled with mozzarella cheese and seasoned chicken, bacon, and
that's homemade ranch.
And homemade ranch. So we keep it real simple. We have a whole line of these. We have a pizza one that's just mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, and then it's served with a warm side of marinara sauce. We have a cheeseburger one that's served with a side of BS sauce. That's burger sauce, and that's just one of our fun. I could smell that ranch. It smells good.
Oh yeah, this is delicious. I love that it's not it's all balanced as far as what the ingredients are.
Yeah,
I get a lot of quesadillas where there's so much cheese you can't even taste the meat that's in there or the whatever it is they put in there. I can actually individually taste the chicken, the bacon, the cheese, the tortilla. These are ranch, really good tortillas too. I can tell.
Thank you. And the ranch makes it pop.
Yeah,
just gives it a little bit. And now normally so we're filming in Sierra Vista, and this came from Tombstone. So
it's still awesome.
So normally it would be gooey and cheesy, and you'd pull, and you could do jump rope with it if you wanted to.
That's what I was gonna do. And then I went, it's probably not gonna stretch.
Yeah,
it's gonna break.
Exactly. So this is a cooler, but still safe because it's all a cooler version, a colder version of the chicken bacon ranch quesadilla. But like I said, we have if you have special dietary needs, we've definitely salads. We don't cook, we don't cook the fish in the oil except for on Fridays, and then it gets changed out on Saturday because we're looking out for people that have those shellfish allergies, also the peanut allergies. So we use canola oil. I really try to look out for everybody the best I can because I want everybody to enjoy their visit. And then this particular item would be served with a bag of chips, and only $10.
I was just gonna say, I was like, this is probably like $12, $13, but
No,
yep.
only $10. You know, there's all kinds of ways to spend more money, but we try to keep it as simple as possible.
It's very, and I like when I go to. I love going to food trucks. Like it's one of my favorite things. When I see a food truck, I will choose the food truck over a restaurant all day long, just because I know how hard it is.
Mm-hmm.
But they are usually just the best food. Like this has that very food truck vibe, very fresh, cooked to order. And that's a lot of food trucks. A lot of people have never been inside one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they really even have the capability to get ahead on their food. It has to be cooked to order.
It's cooked to order. There is no storage. There's no place for extra. So but at the same, and I would argue that I think a lot of food trucks probably have to work a lot harder than a restaurant. Because I guess you could say they have something to prove, because the expectation may not be as high for a lot of people with a food truck. But then when they come to Dick's Diner, they show up, and I get it all the time. And you can look at our reviews. People will say, wow, I came to Tombstone prior, didn't have the best experience for whatever reason, and we're not robots, we're humans. There's all kinds of things that happen, bad days and whatnot. But we came here with very low expectations. We stopped on a whim. Wow, we were surprised. We got a real hamburger, that was, you could tell it was hand patty because it was perfectly imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect.
And we, there are times when people will come and they'll say, holy smokes, I just had hand-battered haddock on a Friday, because I'm, from Pennsylvania, Erie area. So there's a certain expectation of how you've got to cook fish.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So
without overcooking it.
Yes.
That's usually the biggest problem with the fish fry is it's not getting the raw fish. It's the overcooked fish.
Oh, yeah. And fish, it's like eggs in a way.
Or you have batter that's this thick.
Oh, good Lord.
A little piece of fish in the middle, and then another, it's 90% batter and 10% fish. That ruins it, too.
100%.
But no, this is fantastic. I love where you're going with it. I love that you make your sauces, that you make your burger patties. You can tell the authentic food that you're making, and I think it's great. And can't wait to when you go into a shotgun and go in there, and we'll probably have to bring you back in like 6 months so you can tell us how things are going and kind of do an update. But with that, anything else you want to add?
No, stop in Tombstone. Collectively, Tombstone's amazing, and I'm glad as a hospitality professional, I think it's wonderful that I have the opportunity to be part of all that. Mm-hmm. So come to Tombstone for whatever reason, but definitely come to Dick's Diner. And then here, hopefully, I'm hoping by the middle of April that we will have the Shotgun Cafe back up and running in its full glory, and it's getting a facelift. So if you haven't been in there a while, I think you're going to be pretty surprised by some of what we've got change coming.
So awesome. Well, Richie, I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
And you coming out, and another shout out to our sponsors, Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, keeping your home comfortable so you can enjoy good food and good company. Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, local, reliable, and professional. And with that, as always, I'm Brady McManus. Taste your way through life and fill up on adventure.